see, 1, 2, is there a can right there? Okay, 4, 5. Okay.
My first BlerDCon.
First BlerDCon. Okay. I understand. How many of y'all this is your first con period? I saw 5 hands up. So 5. Okay. All right.
And the same thing on the 10-5 minute.
Yeah, I got you. What time is it,
It's 2:05.
Okay, so good. Just 5 minutes late. Good. All right. So good. Let's start. All right. Let me think. So yes, I'm Zoe Wheeler, or you can call me Tails. This is my employee slash co-host slash punching bag Jehovah. He's the name of the Robotnik. So
How did you do today?
huh? Okay, yeah. Oh wait. Oh, you're tied today.
Well, let's just say I'm a DD
You're Justin. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's Sunday. All right. Wait, I can't tell you from another world. All right. Anyway, okay, that's him. So I'm glad that those of y'all who had is this y'all first con? I hope this is going to be informative for y'all. If this is your first BlerDCon, welcome to this con. So that's very great. So this is Congo's first time for his do's and don'ts watching a con. I got the title idea from The Devil's a Part-Timer, so it's kind of the same tone, and not that I've seen the anime. So I'm gonna be telling you about some tips, dangers, some other good stuff. If you got some suggestions and ideas, feel free to chime in. I'll pause for some brief 1-minute, 2-minute discussions here and there. So how's everybody? How did everybody enjoy the BlerDCon? Good, bad, ugly,
Hot.
Excellent. Oh, hot.
Really hot.
I mean, it's an improvement from last year because we're split between 2 hotels, so that I like. So hopefully they keep that up for next year.
Are we getting over the past year?
We were outgrowing the Hyatt, so people were talking about that on Facebook. So they took advice into account and split it up between Hyatt and the Courtyard Marriott. So there's a panel room and tabletop gaming.
It's been a slowly growing process, but I have to give it to them because of the fact that they actually not only have they been able to get the courtyard to more involved, but also the fact that we even have like the street blocked off for like the food trucks and stuff. I mean, that's a great improvement.
Exactly. That's something. That is something. And I will be, as spoiler alert, I will be here next year. All right, so moving on. Yeah, just go. Oh, okay. You're at you're overwhelmed, confused, just plain asking yourself, where do I start? Or for example, I mean, you're a little confused about, oh, what the heck are those people dressed as? Or like, oh, it's like a bunch of crowds. I'm kind of like I kind of feel like constricted. This panel's for y'all. Those are just examples. And yeah, trust me, I was there. My first con was BlerDCon, and yeah, I was like floored by all the costumes and all the costumes I saw. And I kind of got jealous. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try that. So my first cosplay was Princess Peach, and I had a good time. So since then, I started putting together my own cosplays, started buying them. I mean, it's fun. I mean, if y'all want to get into that, I mean, I recommend it. All right, next. So what I'm going to share with you today, what are you guys, what will you expect? And some tips to help you along with that, as well as some dangers and no-nos. So what to expect? You can shrink that down a little bit, just put that minus sign. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we got it. Alright, next. Alright, crowds. Almost every major con will have some crowds and lines and a little bit of everything. For example, OCon, San Diego Comic Con, and hell yes, in Expo, which is two of which are on the West Coast. They're almost guaranteed to be crowded and expected to be hot, especially the AC is busted and it's during the summer con. So yeah, so yeah, you can put BlerDCon in that category too, with the hot, even though the AC does work. It's just a lot of us in the same space. So what are your experiences as far as, well, either this con or any other con in general?
Okay, so I think there's Katsucon, but like here's the thing. There's actually Kanjutsu and Katsucon. I've noticed that like when you're out like in the cosplay crowd, the smell isn't that bad, but when you go to the tabletop section,
Oh,
like you're like the milady type people, you know that's what I'm talking about, the milady types of people, like users basically. Like they're all at the tabletop section, and it smells really bad when you get to like the Discord comments.
oh God.
Don't worry, we're gonna get more into that later.
Yeah, say less, say less. I had that, you gave me that image. Right.
So as an autistic, every time I go to cons, I've noticed a lot of them don't have a lot of signage. This con has a very few, but I want more signage. And if you go to the guidebook app, there's only a vendors and artists map, but there's no map of all the floors for the Hyatt and all the floors for Courtyard. What I had to do, because of my OCD coming from the autism in me, I have to go dig deep and find PDFs for the maps for this hotel and the Courtyard, and I had to post it on my stories.
And we're also going to do a little bit of that too as well.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say, but you know.
No, it's perfectly fine. It's all except we just.
Right,
Go ahead, yeah.
You, and then I gotta move on.
Wait, question.
Okay, no, go on.
No question. Do you have contact? Like, do you actually get to tell him the things that he's saying? Like, can you actually get that to like BlerDCon staff? Because I also had the same problem as him. Like, one, two, the lack of maps. Like, I had to basically ask like the people downstairs around. Basically, I literally couldn't find any maps of like BlerDCon or anything. It was just like on the guidebook, like
Probably a survey coming up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it too.
I'll give it to you. Don't worry. After the
yeah,
panel.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, yeah, let them know, like, they started posting that every year on Facebook. So yes, I strongly suggest you fill that out, let the con know your suggestions.
I'm gonna do it too.
Oh.
Printables.
That's good,
Yeah.
that's good. Way to be on top of it. Right, cool, let's see, next. That being said, oh, go back, please. There's one more. Basically, it's important to try to arrive early. And not an hour early, I mean 1 or 2 days early. To get an idea of the layout and where everything will be. And that way you're ready when Friday rolls around. So use day 0 as your tool.
Can I add something though?
Sure.
Now, just be mindful though, because I'm sure even with this con, like some con, there's still prep work that is still going on. So just keep that in mind when you are trying to come in early, get a feel for things. But I mean, because it's understandable that you want to be able to know how to get around, especially as best as possible. So, but also keep in mind, the con people and the hotel people are also still working to prep things for the convention.
So basically try to get toward if you can. Alright, so next, noise. expect noise beyond what you're used to. Especially at raves, dances. Not to mention that some of them have strobe lights. So if you have like pre-existing conditions or like you don't feel like comfortable with that kind of thing, like I know like homie over here he said that he's autistic, so am I. Yeah, and you too. Yeah, so you know your limit. You know your limit. So use your judgment based on that and determine yay, I'm gonna go see, check out what's going on in here, or nay, I'm gonna sit this one out. And if you're attending a rave and a dance, and you need to make sure that you step out every once in a while. So it'll be there when you get back. And it's expect and also just sit down, step outside. Just take a breather every now and then. Not just at dances, but anywhere you go during con. And then also expect to scream and shout a lot, as well because it's gonna be loud at con calls. So if you have to be heard, you're gonna have to yell. Especially, and they've toned it down recently because I haven't heard a lot of yelling in this regard. Smash Brothers section where yelling should be necessary, and I haven't seen a lot of yelling. I haven't heard a lot of yelling in the Smash section lately. And I still don't understand why people do that. It's the excitement. Alright, next. We got different fandoms. So, conventions are a large crossover fan fiction of various fandoms, such as Mario interacting with Naruto, and or the Burger King having chicken from KFC.
That was a little weird.
Yeah, well, hey, I changed up the examples every year. And you might see some cosplay mashups, like with Pokemon meeting Digimon and Sailor Moon meeting the Disney princesses. I saw Sailor Tiana on Saturday.
That was pretty awesome.
Yes, it was. I also saw Captain Hyrule, which was linked with Captain America palette swap in 2013.
I did that cosplay.
And I also cosplayed before carrying a dice block in 18. So, tell me, how many of y'all had done a cosplay mashup? Oh, you? Oh.
Yes, I did an overhaul in an E-boy outfit.
I'm sorry?
I did overhaul from My Hero Academia, but in an E-boy outfit.
Who's E-boy?
It's like basically this TikTok culture.
Oh, okay, I got you.
The chains and the stripes.
Oh,
And
okay.
has a little goth in it.
I'm with you now.
Basically what everyone says, like, oh, I want a dog, like they want people.
Thanks for sharing that. And we also have LARP. Some cons have LARP where you can act out your favorite characters. It stands for live action role play. And then you have cosplays and photo shoots, which we had meetups and photo shoots, which we had plenty of this year. And basically it's Wreck-It Ralph and Smash before those things at con. It's basically that. So it's characters from different universes just hanging out, either in character or otherwise. Oh yeah, and expect a lot of fun. Just have fun, but not too much fun. All right, so we got some tips. Stay hydrated. And considering there's a lot of water, there are a lot of water tanks this year, so no excuse for not having any water. So don't tell me that I couldn't find couldn't find any water tanks around. Yes, you could, because they were all over the place. Yeah. Yes, and note that I said water, not soda, not juice, not even, definitely not alcohol.
Not Red Bull.
Not entirely those things. Mostly water. Drink as much as you can during the con, and luckily there are water stations available throughout most of them, so take advantage of them. And alcohol is a no-no. Too much alcohol is a no-no during the hot summer. And it's instant intoxication and, sorry for being personal, a trip to the toilet. Trust me, I've been there. And coffee and tea can dry you out as well. And then there's soda, energy drinks. He mentioned Red Bull. Yeah. Oh, see? She already knows.
You made me thirsty.
You already know. That's smart. Okay. That's empty right. Alright. Alright, good. Oh yeah, okay, good. See, y'all are thinking, y'all are thinking, except you.
Okay, give the guy a break. He probably had a late last night.
It was only one, right?
Yeah. Let's just leave it alone.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna get off you. I'm gonna get off you. I'm sorry. Alright. Alright, moving on. Have a friend or a group. Some of us like me, explore the con alone, but if it is your first time, it's a good idea to make a new friend or two to hang with at the con. Or you can call and text your friend and say, hey, I'm at such and such con. Did you want to come? And if they say, oh yeah, hell yeah, we'll come. We'll pay for Friday, Saturday, or pay for the whole weekend. I've heard some stories about, opening ceremonies. The chair, Mr. Hilton, he like Brendan is, he said like he invited the guy to come to like con, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'll be right there. And then turns out like he enjoyed it, like he stayed the whole weekend. So that's an example. So yeah, and that's yeah. And preferably find someone who's familiar with the con. And mostly with me, if you want to make friends with me, I would be the one that's more familiar. So now you might be an expert, and then friends might be calling you. Personally, I run alone. If you're like me, I'm not gonna stop you. Who runs alone and who runs with others? Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, you, this 4 is here. Oh, alright. Who actually like runs with others?
I do both.
Oh, okay.
That's all good.
Alright, I see your hands.
I was just
Not you, I was him in the back. He had his hand up. And,
This is the first time I've come to the con by myself, and the nice thing was I was able to make it through everything and like the exhibits and stuff without being like waiting for somebody else to look at this. Then you go look at that. Actually spent more money and bought more things because I could get to what I wanted to get to. That was one nice thing.
I am glad, and I'm glad to hear that. That's good. That is very good. That's very good. So, but if you need any, okay. So this is said this is like, so finding someone who's familiar with the con. This is mostly said for people needing assistance. So you have to communicate with friends and or con staff for any needs you may have. So that's what the staff is for. So if you know you need help, just don't be scared. Just ask somebody, ask the staff member, and ask staff member, they'll help you out. Alright, move on. Explore the space first. I know I brought this up before. Get a lay of the land first, know where everything is, and find the exits in case of an emergency. plan your escape route in case something does happen. And I'm repeating it because you never know when some, excuse my French, dumbass wants to lose his mind. That's it. Excuse my language. I had to say that. And as I said earlier, it's recommended you go on day 0 for your tour without the crowds if you're allowed. It does make things go smoothly for the rest of the con. And also, so that way you have your badge already. Because I'm gonna tell you my story about my horror story about coming on Friday. So I went to BlerDCon in 2014. I came on Friday at 5 o'clock. There was already a line all the way upstairs. Yeah, and I had to check in my panel before 9 o'clock in the evening because convention office was going to be closed at 9, and my panel was at midnight Friday night, and there was no way that I was going to get through that line in like 3 hours. So luckily, staff member helped me out, got my panel checked in, and then I picked up my badge. Everything was good. What I realized, the reason being for that snowball effect was because of computers going down on Thursday at day 0, and so it was like a bottleneck. It was backed up. He didn't get his badge until 1 o'clock Friday morning.
Yeah, because in fact that was actually a funny thing because I was part of the line from the day before, and like I said, I arrived to get my lunch around 5-6 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, I didn't get my badge until 1 a.m. By the way, the funny thing was with that convention center we were at in Hampton. They had to, at midnight, they had to close the convention center because that was their policy. They had to close the convention center, so they had to move us all to the hotel next door in order to finish getting everyone who was still in line.
Yeah, because computers went down.
Oh, okay.
So it was pure drama, and since then I started going on Thursday. Any stories y'all like to share? Yes?
Sorry, I have another story. So I've had a con where not one, but in 2 days, a fire alarm went off. It was actually false, but they actually had to evacuate everyone, and we had to wait for maybe an hour or two before things were cleared. There was no fire. Happened Saturday and Sunday. So it's very important to know where your emergency exits are, just in case if there's actually a real emergency. Nowadays we have shooters now. We have, who knows.
Yeah, it could be okay. There's another story. I think it was like during COTSCon. It was like 2022, 2023. Yeah, I think it was 2023. Basically someone else pulled a fire alarm, and like COTSCon, it takes place in the winter, so like it was cold as balls. I was dressed as Miku, like that's cold. Like I didn't basically I said like I'd rather burn than freeze. Like I stayed like in the door, it was not a real fire alarm. Like this like some idiot pulled a fire alarm. I think like allegedly. I don't have the full details, but as far as what I know, it was basically some idiot who pulled a fire alarm. So like it could happen during the cold. So like
Yeah, because it's the event is jovial, but like some people go overboard and just like.
Also like on TikTok or any Instagram reels comments, there's people like hating. Some haters actually get their tickets to go and harass people like those people at the convention centers. Like they actually do that. Like they have their bundles.
That's horrible.
Yeah, like they're actual bundles. Like imagine actually getting a ticket just to troll.
Yeah, and we've seen that, and don't worry, I am getting to that.
Oh yeah.
What time is it?
2:29.
Okay, good. Let's move on. Eat right. don't count. Nice try though. By eat right, I mean the food from the food groups on that pyramid, if y'all can see it. So that is color, that is your colored fruits. Foods that are the colors of the rainbow. My bad. I was trying to I cleaned up. I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure y'all knew. Okay. So that's fruits, vegetables, bread, nuts, granola, lean meats. For example, if you're allowed, bring apple slices to munch on while waiting in line, or Nutrient bar between backpack panels. Now, personally, I am guilty for failing to abide by this in most cons, especially here with all food trucks. I am trying to develop more willpower, and you can too. And my willpower surprisingly was great this weekend. I'm proud of myself. And then it's okay to have a glass or two of alcohol, but please drink responsibly and no underage drinking. That is against the law. And be careful with caffeine as well. I brought up caffeine earlier, but bad competing. The jolt might feel good, but come Sunday, Sunday morning, that PTD slump is not fun. That's post-con depression.
I know all the same as for personally. I try to make it a habit of actually bringing my own food to the house, just so not only one to save money and two to be able to try to eat more healthy because I know, especially me, I'd rather be eating healthier than just trying to pick something that looks good and may not really be good. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so next is practice good hygiene. This has been said at most cons, and it's sad that it's been said at every con, and it's sad that they have to say it. So I'm going to say it too. Please shower or bathe. Note the caps. Con funk is a danger. It is a danger. So please, if not for yourself, do it for your fellow geeks. Do it for your fellow nerds. That's one thing I am proud of at BlerDCon. There's no con funk. Despite sweating, there's no funk.
Especially with this con, they can really get
I don't smell any funk. That's good. That is a W for this con. I like that. We know how to bake. That's right. Probably give yourself a pat on the back. Come on. Yeah. There you go. Deodorant, body spray, Axe. Those aren't substitutes. You shower or bathe first. And also, don't take it upon yourself to spray others or call people out on their phone, because you don't want to be that person to be slammed on Facebook. And for those who wear cosplay, like me, I recommend you wear one per day rather than the same one for 2 days or the whole weekend, because it will smell. Now, at a con like this in the summer, I sometimes wear 2 cosplays in one day rather than Saturday, because it is hot, and it is hot as you know what. So yeah, I had to do that last year, but now I'm starting to go for summer appropriate attire, because yeah, it gets hot. How many of y'all tell me some of your tales of con funk. I'm interested. Don't be shy. Or in general, like tales of like. Okay. All right.
Well, I say that when we were wearing masks during COVID,
right.
Sometimes I would maybe just put a touch of perfume in the mask, and if you don't, maybe just a touch under your nose. That's what they did like 200 years ago to get rid of the smell, right? Wasn't that the snuffy?
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
But just put just. All right, so moving on. Stay safe. Use the buddy system. Find either a friend you can trust or a staff member when you want to head back to a hotel or at night, or if you just don't feel safe. If you're approached or hassled by someone who you feel a little uneasy around, you feel that that bad vibe, you gotta let a staff member or bystander know. You can also use escape tactics too: self-defense, acting, screaming, bloody murder. They're examples. If you see something, say something. And if you can, try to get the victim out of the situation. If you can. Don't put yourself in danger yourself. Because if it's a dangerous situation, call 911. And let a staff member know. And we help each other out. We're a community, so help each other out. Great, next. Ask to take photos. Do not photobomb. Yeah, I'm talking about deadpoolers. Do not take pictures without permission, even if cosplayers have been stopped by another person. And if you want to take pictures of their kids, ask their parents if they're there. Now, younger kids. Teenagers still might want to be careful with, but use your judgment on that. And then be careful with the glass. Some people may not like it. Especially this going back to people who have pre-existing conditions like epilepsy or just sensitive eyes in general. Alright, moving along. Set hotel rooms. Look up the hotel and other choices in the area. Be careful with Hotwire, because Hotwire, with their hot rate, they do not tell you the hotel until you book. After which, they take your money. Yeah, so and 9 times out of 10, the hotel they put you in, it is disgusting. Once you book, save up for it. If you have friends or roommates, split up the cost evenly. Also, ask for the money up front instead of deadline, preferably for a week before the con. And also set room rules. That's the most important part. And try to go with friends, not people you don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I have a bad one. Oh, I'm a landlord also. Okay, so this one hits me. So I had a friend where I told all my friends, you have to pay me. The deadline is Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Zelle, Venmo, etc. He came up to me and said, I got unemployed 2 months ago. Why didn't you tell me that? All right. He didn't tell anyone about it. And he said he'll pay me back. We set a deadline. I told him, if you miss that deadline, that's 10% added penalty. And he said he was okay with it. And it's 10% penalty per month because I was trying to be nice. All right. He didn't take it seriously. He said, oh, I'm okay with it. I'm willing to wait. You're willing to pay another penalty? Because that slaps me in the face. All right. So the lesson here is ask questions. Ask, are you working? If that person is not working, why are they in the con? Okay. If you're unemployed, why are you here? You should not be here. Mom. On Social Security. Our tax money. I'm sorry, but this is a true story, and I won't name any names, but I will say this: learn from my mistakes.
I just laughed at how you said mom.
No, it is mom. Don't worry, you're good.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I always save money up a year in advance, depending on the distance of the con and how expensive the con is. So, AUSA, that's not one that I'm gonna go to every year, despite being in the same hotel. So I save up 2 years in advance, for that. And then for animation, I save up 4 years in advance. Just like with and Oticon as well, so they the big ones, you know. But I mean, considering that AUSA is at the same hotel, if I like it, I'll probably make it. I'm not probably making an annual thing, but you know what? That's for another time. Anyway, so learn from him and me, because I dealt with that issue as well. Had a girl, she said she could chip in for part of the hotel and gas money. I said, okay, you can pay after the con. Big mistake. Never got the money. Real quick.
I was gonna say, like, it's not a common relation, but like it still ties. Like when I do
Go ahead.
family trips, we do like deadlines in advance. Like, okay, you have that money this day, this day. If you miss after a certain amount of time, you just cut them off.
Yep.
So you just have to do that because that's the only way to get anywhere.
Good.
People take advantage of your sympathy and kindness. Sometimes you just gotta be an asshole.
Facts. Facts. All right, number next. Dangers. Yeah, I know. I saw the guy falling off the cliff. I know. Well, yeah. You don't want to fall off the cliff. How much do you want time?
241.
Okay, I gotta move. I got 10 minutes. So don't glump. All right, move along.
What is
Trust me, if you see the entire graphic, you would get it.
I'll explain glomp. Glomp is where someone just jumps over you and hugs you, and that's out of nowhere. That happened to me a few years ago before COVID. I was Minato, I fell, and the wig came off.
Ooh.
It was my friend, so I was okay with it, but it was just out of nowhere.
So I'll say, if you have any time left, we can discuss stuff. It was like, just need to move along here.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all right, but thank you for explaining something. You did the abridged version. If that wasn't enough for you, yeah, we can, because,
Yeah, we can't show the entire graphic there.
yeah. But it is pretty do not assume cosplay means in character or consent. And they are on those, and that there is a sign. There is a sign that says that.
Almost every time I've seen it's have a sign.
Yes. Just because someone's in cosplay does not mean he or she is or wants to be in character. Cosplay does not equal consent. Please don't touch others' cosplay without permission, and definitely do not suggest sexual innuendo, because you got kids attending this stuff too. Also, please don't trash or judge someone's cosplay based on race, gender, body, or any other offensive, sensitive info. And don't compare one cosplay to another. So that, for example, you see two Ariels, you say that the first one's better than the second one. That is a no-no. Cosplay is for everyone. Alright, moving along. Don't go too wild. I've already brought up the don't drink too much, underage drinking, that's against the law. We brought up the second point, don't pull the fire alarms. No, y'all laugh. Like, I mean,
Adults, anyone who doesn't should get beat up.
don't do it. Just don't do it. I mean, and plus that's a misdemeanor. Yeah, and a ban. Yeah, and then someone, there was a Spider-Man cosplayer that was hanging from, this was at the end of BlerDCon. He was hanging from, the Hampton Roads Convention Center sign, doing a web thing. I'm like, what? He was in a harness and everything. Needless to say, he got banned. It was stupid. Don't cause a riot. Don't steal from the artist alley or the vendor room. Do not fight. There's this thing called jail. And yeah, you don't want to go there. It is not fun.
What are you waiting for?
Trust me, I think one time we actually witnessed a couple guys actually get put into a police car at one night at a con.
It was Saturday night at BlerDCon.
Yep.
These two guys, they were arguing right in front of us, and like police was already there, and they were like, yeah.
What are you looking for?
And then wow, it was just crazy.
Also, think about like
Real-
you're gonna have to tell like the other prisoners what you're in for, like getting about at an anime convention.
Not. It's just embarrassing. Please don't leave a mess in any rooms. All right, move along. Let's start on the first con. How much time I got? All right, 5 minutes. I will tell you my story. I already told you part of it. The first con was BlerDCon. The first cosplay was Princess Peach. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I kind of enjoy this. So I started going to cons ever since, and yeah, I got some experience from it. So I'm not gonna say I'm an expert, but I know a thing or two. Alright, so we're open for is there a slide there that I have for questions or conclusion. What should you expect? What tips will you use? What are the most common dangers you may face? And hopefully my abridged story will help first timers like y'all understand and become acclimated to conventions. And just have fun. That's the take home message to this. And then next slide, please. And then I got time for about 3-4 questions. Squeeze them in. Yes?
Can you explain more specifically, or explain what a cosplay meetup is? Like, what do you do if you go to a meetup?
It's basically a photo shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a photo shoot it's like a cosplay meetup. It's a meetup of cosplays from a certain series. Like, for example, the Power Rangers meetup, they take photos of like, oh, let's have all the Red Rangers together. They take a picture of the Red Rangers, and then they go like, the list goes on, and then photographers take suggestions too.
It's also a nice way to also meet other fans of the similar fandom as well, because like I said, when you're in the big space, you got a bunch of folks, all different types all around, but if you have when you have a group of people who are like wear the same cosplay, similar or within the same range, and you can at least kind of coordinate, maybe find new friends there too. So.
Pretty much. Well said. All right. Any other questions, comments? Okay.
I do, nobody else. I can't.
Wait, was that a hand?
Let other people go first, but I have no questions.
Did you have a hand? Okay. Anyone else other than you? I know I see you. I just want to give other people a shot. Nobody?
I'd say for cosplay,
In the back.
practicality over.
Speak up, please.
I would say when it comes to cosplay, I guess practicality over fashion. If it's not possible to go all out, like BlerDCon's hot,
Yes.
you gotta walk here.
Or if it's cold and you freezing your ass off.
Walking outside, I'm just make a summer edition or
Winter edition, yeah, please.
No, I was about to say I'm a summer edition of Gojo. Short sleeves, summer edition of Gojo.
And yes.
So my other question is, I've never stayed overnight at like a con. So what are the things that happen, say, after hours?
Oh.
Is it really fun? Is it worth like getting a hotel and staying?
It's more adult themed, preferably 18 plus. See, that's where the hentai comes out, and people in rave gear, and you see the cosplays at this particular con. There's a lot of skin.
And it also depends on the con too, because I know like with convention centers, they're only going to be available up until a certain hour that the con ends at a certain hour.
Right.
But I would also say that, sometimes some people do like little after party things, but I would like be aware of who you're dealing with and move around the site if you ever want to get involved in any of those.
Yeah, like this is a 24-hour con. MagFest is 24 hours, so those are. Hell, I would if I ever go to a winter convention, it'll be MagFest for the like for the 24-hour con, you know. All right, last one.
Okay, one thing, like when it comes to like events, like say you want to see maybe your sister or whatever, but it's like a very popular panel. Be prepared to commit to it or don't show up at all.
Exactly.
It will go very quick. And I remember Steve Bloom coming to OdemCon, and I didn't know in time, and so I was like, hey, I would like to do like meet him in person. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get up early enough, and I don't have the money. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, that's.
It'll come back.
Especially with Saturday panels, those fill up pretty quickly. I wanted to try to go to the Anime which is Anime Family Feud, but I knew by the time we were done with dinner, yeah, it was gonna fill up.
Yeah, and it's like with certain folks, because yeah, you never know when certain voice actors or certain celebrities, you don't know when they're gonna ever come back. Because I mean, especially I remember what was it? I think the last year with the Deco Johnny Unbox, that was quite a surprise. So I was like, hey, I figured one time I probably never get to see the guy again. So hey.
Alright, so last but not least, my information. We'll go through this right quickly. So, information where to find me. I'm mainly on fanfiction.net under Witch Night Daisy and fictionpress.com under Zoe Zarelda. Fictionpress.com is where I write my original stories. Fanfiction.net is where I write my fanfiction. And Chapter 1 of Fortune Truth, Volume 1 is now up on Fiction Press. Check it out. And seeing these authors, these local authors, seeing these like indie authors at the dealer's room inspired me to someday get my Fortune Truth book published. So that might be I found a publishing booth that I'm gonna keep in touch with. So I'll be in talks with them. But that's gonna be another year. But I'll keep you all posted. But I shut down my I'm not using Facebook, right? I'm not using Facebook or Instagram. So my info might be all on fanfiction.net or Fiction Press. I might consider going back to Facebook. I might consider it just to keep in touch with just to have like a fan page for people to keep it so I can keep in touch with with folk that come to my campus. I'm just phasing out social media because of the drama. And I'm also shutting down my Ko-fi page due to lack of interest. There's not a lot of interest going on that site. So I'm going to be shutting that down at the end of the year. The other cons this year, this is my only major con this year. But I'm going to Norfolk Anime Fest on November 17th. That's a Sunday at the Norfolk Doubletree near the airport. Anyone living in 757? Oh wow. Okay. Alright, so I guess we're the only ones. So next year, I'll be back next year for sure. So if you want this back next year, please let the con know, because I'm always up for. I see you. Just give me a moment. I'm always up for sharing my knowledge with first timers, because each year, every year I do this, I hope the crowd gets younger, gets younger, less experience. So I enjoy this.
It was a great time. So we're thankful you all joined us for this. Please, we're still confused about the fact that how we're having our first time con goer at the very end of the convention.
Yeah, before closing ceremonies.
Mention that, yes, but
Yeah, well,
it should have been like Friday or Saturday, right?
It was Friday last year.
You can call it in hindsight.
Yeah.
Just let this con know that it does not make sense for this panel to be on a Sunday. It needs to be on a Friday.
It works for next year's BlerDCon.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. From your lips to God's ears. Thank you. Yeah.
How do we tell the convention?
They have a survey. I think they have a survey on the site or Facebook. I mean, so look in both places.
Okay.
So I will look in both places and just fill out, or you can just hit them up on Instagram, like say, hey, I want such and such, or this such and such don't work for me, or like,
Because you were here last year, and I remember you saying that, but like when I took the survey, it didn't quite have like a space to be like, was there any particular panel you liked? And I wish they had that, so then you can actually explain.
Yeah, so I might make some business cards, but they're gonna be handwritten. Sorry. Like, they're gonna be handwritten. That's cool with y'all. If y'all want business card, my credentials, I'm fine for writing them and handing them out. I mean, but it'll have to be outside. So anyway, I'm glad that y'all came. I had more people than expected on Sunday. So this is like, I'm surprised. Like, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to do this. Happy that BlerDCon gave me a chance to do this, like, again. And I'm glad that they let me do Catch 21 again. I'm just honored. Catch 21 is a game show based off of the Alfonso Ribeiro game shows, trivia and blackjack. So again, if y'all want us back or him back as a panelist, please let's convention because we love y'all. I mean, I love this con.
Yes, we both love this con.
So I hope y'all travel safely, be it today or tomorrow, and please enjoy what little con is left.
Let's do it.